Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online, and I know it's been a while. This here is Gnarlo. Why don't you say hello to everyone, Gnarlo? Good boy. When last we left off, we were down here at Drang, in the most northern part of the Dunlands up here. We had just left through the Mornshaws and the whole section of Inedwaith, and we had arrived here in the Drang region. We had two choices. We could go through Drang or through the Bone Vales, but we decided to go through here. And our quest that we were given had said, let's pull it up here. Is it the Inedwaith? No, I think it should be Dunland, shouldn't it? Ah, the Epic. That's the one we're doing. Southeast. Help the people of Drang as much as you can, and when you're ready to move on, found Halbarad and Prin Gwith. Many things you can do in Drang to aid the Stag clan and gain their favor. Once you've satisfied their needs, want you to meet up with Halbarad outside the village of Gal-Trev. And the village of Gal-Trev here is actually the largest, it's kind of the, I guess you would say, the capital area of the Dunland region here. So that is where we are going to head to. It's on down here. I was curious, I said when I did the Bone Vales with Glenorin, that we had, he was given the same choice. He said, help the people of the Bone Vales. We got down to here and said, help the people of the Bone Vales as much as you can in their battles against the Whites and the Liches and all, and then travel on down to Galtrev to meet Halbarad. And we had done one quest, and then we traveled on down. And I was wondering if that was the same situation here. Did we actually have to do any quests? Could we do only one or a few? And I have been verified in a message from Trotter that yes, this is set up so that you don't have to do any quests at all if you don't want to. You can go on down to Gal-Trev. It was he says it's kind of a makeup type of, a catch-up type of mechanic here, where if you didn't feel you were strong enough or you needed to raise your level some more before you went into the Dunland region, you could do quests for them. So we definitely don't need to do that, and we are trying to follow on along the Epic line. Another thing I'm going to do right quick is click on this. Good. I was hoping 36 seconds left to accept it. Quest available. The anniversary celebration has arrived. Every year in the spring, the anniversary event takes place to celebrate a very special occasion. Come and join the festivities in Breetown to help mark this milestone with fireworks and good cheer. And it's the 10th anniversary. We're going to accept it. It is the 10th anniversary this year. So it is a very special and auspicious anniversary as well. So we are going to continue on that. First, I am going to run into town and do a little inventory maintenance and everything over here. And not having been on in like 4 or 5 days, I think I've probably got to pay upkeep on my house as well. So let me go take care of that. And once we have accomplished that, we will get back in touch with you and see what we can do about traveling on down to Gal-Trev. So I will see y'all again in just a little bit.
You are ill-equipped to venture into these lands.
And we have returned. We've gotten our business all attended to, so let's mount up on our horse here. I think we'll use the steed of the burglar. Take a quick look at the map. I guess we are going down here somewhere in this area, the Prin Gwith, to see if we can find, I guess, Halbarad. I'm wanting to say he's down here on this side of it, somewhere on this G side. So we've got a ways to go. I think we need to head pretty much to the east of where we are now and take the main road down. So that is what we will do. I'm going to head back up this way because, yep, there's the intersection. Okay, and we are bound at that milestone there if we need to. I'm sorry it's been a little while since we've gotten an episode up. Things have been busy. I've had quite a bit of work to do at work, oddly enough. The hospital is incredibly busy right now. It got a little bit less so during Easter, but for the most part, it was pretty darn busy. And then we had Easter, the Easter weekend, kept me off the computer for a couple of days while my son was down and having a good time with him and my wife. And then this week, I have been tied up doing committee meetings. I have been a day shifter from 7 a.m. until 4 or 5 in the afternoon, which, when you've been working nights for the last 27, 28 years, can really be something of a grind. I mean, I've been coming in, hasn't been, excuse me, hasn't been difficult work at all, mind you. The work's been easy. I've just been sitting on tables, attending meetings, and going through paperwork and filings and that sort of thing. But just the very fact of being awake in the daytime, having to slug massive amounts of coffee long about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, whenever my body is screaming at me, it's the middle of the night, why aren't you in bed? And then coming home and falling asleep on the couch, having every intention that I'm going to get some stuff done this afternoon, and ending up falling asleep sitting upright in the couch with all my clothes and shoes and everything else on. And that should tell you something right there about how tired I am. I am Gnarlo the Naked Gnome, after all. So that right there should tell you just how wore out I was, that I was not immediately ditching my clothes as I walked in the door. But that is over with. I've gotten all the day shift stuff over. I'm off for the next 3 days. So I've got the weekend free, and then next Monday I go back to being a night shifter again. So, yay! Let's see where we are here. I think, yep, that's what I was thinking. This is the actual main road. We took a side track going over that way through the Mornshaws and all, but this is the main road that leads down through the Enidwaith that we have been on all this time when we were traveling. So we have joined back up with it now. Let's see, there we go, joined back up. It's weird how it gives you 2 maps. That is very weird. Anywho, we're here at the Pringwith, and we are going to travel further down on toward Gal-Trev, see whether or not we can see a circle lining up. Once again, look at the unique, very pretty terrain here. Said the devs doing everything that they can with what they have. You know, using the I would imagine materials. What do you call them? It's not materials. I'm sure it'll come to me. From previous zones and expansions and all, and putting them into the area, making it look as distinctive as possible. I mean, doesn't it look quite nice? And all these very distinctive Dunlanding towers and forts and everything we have going on. Although the further we go, you see this architecture. This architecture looks a lot like a lot of the architecture you saw down when we were in Gondor, doesn't it? Or the architecture you saw up in Numinos. So I wonder if a lot of this isn't left over from the days of... That's the Gal-Trev? Yep, that's Gal-Trev right there to the left. Wonder if a lot of this isn't left over from the days back before all this area fell. Remember the Dunlandings, not the Dunlandings, the Dunedain built Isengard. And we are heading down here into the Isengard area now. You know, it's the down here, the Gap of Rohan. It's the next area to the south. So I would imagine most of this architecture here is all part of what was at the time Northern Gondor. If you remember your history, if I remember my history correctly, the Rohan here had, as Gondor had kind of declined over the years, the northern areas of Gondor had kind of become more and more unsettled and more of a wilderness. And that was one of the things that it ended up, the the king of Rohan at the time. Like I said, I'm kind of pulling this out of my tail and long ago memories of having read it, but I believe the king of Gondor helped, the king of Rohan, who would be the future king, helped the Gondorians with a battle against the Dunlandings. And he and his people were granted this area of Rohan to have as their own and to help serve as kind of a buffer of Gondor against the Dunlandings, I believe. I'll have to check and see that. If I'm just totally off the mark, I'll throw it across here. But I'm thinking that's somewhat close to it anyway. Anywho, we have arrived here on the outskirts of Gal-Trev. Here is Halbarad. Let us go ahead and talk to him. As you see, yep, right there, right about where the G was. That's what I was thinking.
The passage through Trum Dreng went well. Good.
The passage through Trum Dreng went smoothly. Good. It is the same for the group that braved the Bonevales. Now we must see what awaits us here in Bryn Gwith.
I want to know if Saruman's promises have already taken hold here.
Book 4, Chapter 4, The Lower Village. We need information, Gnarlo. Gal-Trev is a place of no little significance in Dunland, and I want to know if Saruman's promises have already taken hold here. Start in the lower reaches of the village, and see if anyone will speak to you of the situation here in Bryn Gwith. Okay, we can certainly do that. I think from here we will go on into the village. I'm trying to make kind of a shorter one right now. I guess it's been, about 10, 11 minutes here. I'm trying to keep it down to between 15 and 20. I think I can crank a couple of those out today. And I want to do the LOTRO stuff as well. Ooh, Ruthless Tom, the White Hand Guard. That's interesting. Let's come up here and talk to Ruthless Tom. And I would say just looking at him with the sign of the White Hand and the White Hand Guard on him that, yeah, Saruman may have a pretty good stronghold here. May have gotten a good footing. Let's see here. Gal-Trev, the capital settlement. A traveler wishes to gain access to Gal-Trev. Tell me, why should the White Hand wave you into Saruman's most productive new village? Gal-Trev is home to many wonders and conveniences that cannot be found anywhere else in Dunland. But only laborers and workers and close allies of Saruman may come here now. If you enter, you are to find work immediately. Travelers will find no easy accommodations here. Report instead to each of the overseers in town. The supply lines are blocked, our shipment is late, and I will not answer for the failures of my inferiors. Alright, looks like we've got 3 overseers. The first White Hand overseer, the second, and the third. Okay. Like I said, Gal-Trev. I told you it was like the capital of Dunland here or something. Very important settlement here. Let us continue on in, see if there's anyone about. I see a ring on further up to our left here. Amazed we haven't seen the... Is it stable master, perhaps? Oh, there's our nice music. Is this a town person? This is the overseer, the first of the overseers. All right, we'll go ahead and talk to them. Look at the town people, hard at work, hard at work. Making spears. What do we got over here? You're tanning hides. Is everyone in this town a woman? I stumbled into a land of the Amazons, have I? Nice white hair, too. Wow. Yeah, everyone here is female. That's interesting. Very interesting. At least this is lower level here. Alright, let's talk to the first overseer here. I'm assuming this is the first one. You've got interesting hair as well. A recruit for the labor force. I don't like the looks of you, but we will take what allies we can. The White Hand does not discriminate. This is my work area here, staffed by incompetent mongrels, as you can see. If you want to work for me, I'll have to know that I'm completely blocked by the second overseer. His supply line has been held up all day, and I can't make any progress without him. Go find out what's keeping that shipment and be quick about it. Okay, the overseer is held up by the second supply line overseer. Good to know that politics and finger pointing are the same everywhere in the world you go. Alright, we got another ring to our right. We have rings to our left. That's Anwin of the Falcon clan. I will bet you that she has something to do with the main storyline. But let's wander up here and see what is going on with the second overseer. What do we have here? All men? No, there's a few women here working. In fact, once again, it looks like it's all women here working. Where are the men? Are the men like, other than this guy, I wonder if the men have been, the women are doing the work and the men have been drafted, shall we say, into Saruman's armies, perhaps. Ooh, you are a beauty, aren't you? Who do you think you are, bullying me about my shipment schedule? The insolence of some folk these days. The third station hasn't sent over anything today, and we can't even get started. If you want to make yourself useful, go find out what is holding them up. Second overseer is held up by the third overseer's tardiness. Of course they are. Of course they are. Let's come on over here and talk to Anwin of the Falcon clan. Hello, Anwin.
You do not belong in this land. You are not welcome.
Who are you, Dioviat? You do not belong in this land. You are not welcome. She scowls at you. Speak with Catherine. Catherine? Catherine, and leave me be. She knows what should be done with Duvodiad. Okay, so we have to speak to Catherine. And we have to speak to the third overseer. Let's see if we can continue on up the hill here. See where this third overseer gentleman is. Wonder if the rain is ever going to stop. Okay, campsite. Oh, there's a campsite fire. Don't see a bunch of people working here, so maybe they must be slacking off. Let's continue on up the road. Said I love the fact that they continuously try to make every little zone look different than all the others. It is quite wonderful. Alright, that is my wife telling me she is leaving now, although she wasn't supposed to be leaving for another 15 minutes, so I guess we will stop right there. That will be an episode for now. I will see about getting another one up later today. I'm also definitely going to get a LOTRO, and we're also going to be looking into the anniversary festival as well. Making up for some lost progress here. So we will see you next time. Thanks for coming along, and we will see you then. Bye-bye.